Hey guys, what's going on? This is Coach John with the Strength Agenda. Wanted to talk to you about our strongman programming in terms of what we do when we are trying to get athletes ready for a max effort competition in terms of when they have an event. We've used this protocol with our powerlifting people as well when they're getting ready for their meet. But in particular, we've had a lot more success using this for strongman in particular due to the conditioning aspect plus the max strength requirement for a max event, whether it's your pressing, your squatting, your pulling, stone, anything along those lines. This is a great protocol that we use. Okay, so when we're talking about peaking, this is done 8 weeks out from a competition. So as we've discussed before, I run a 12-week competition prep. This is done in the second 4-week block. This is how we kind of get the athlete prepared, get them in shape to be pulling heavy loads under fatigue. So the protocol, again, is 8 weeks out from competition. It's 6 sets of cluster doubles. Now, when we're talking about cluster doubles, what you will do is you'll perform the first rep. You will take a step back, you have 20 seconds. Then you will perform the second rep, and then you will rest 2 to 3 minutes based on whatever the parameters are for the show or whatever I dictate is enough rest for you based on the event. And then you will repeat the next set. You will do that for 6 more sets. Now, sometimes based on the percentages that we're using, 6 sets is a lot of volume. So you can cut this back to 5 or 4. 3 is about the minimum that I have seen get a lot of effect out of this, but I would prefer more in that 4 to 6 range when athletes are performing this. When we are talking about the rest, again, that's just determining based on how conditioned you are, if you've been up on your other work and things along those lines, and how that's going to help you in regards to being able to perform a high intensity lift with good positions and not have a ton of form breakdown, because we don't want you getting injured at the end of the day. So when we're talking about our 3-week progression for this, week 1, we're doing around 80%. Week 2 will be around 85%, and then week 3 is around 90%. Now, again, the more time I have to work with an athlete, I will adjust this based on what I see in their training. So I might add 2.5% to each of these, or I might start at 85% and then go 85%, 87.5%, 90%. But I really don't like to get over that 90%. The other thing too is I like to use a working max, meaning I want the heaviest lift that they have used within the last 6 months of training, because I feel like that's going to give us the most accurate data in terms of running this protocol, because this is not an easy thing to do, especially if you are prepping for a contest and have multiple max events. So you'll be running this multiple times in your training. Preferably, I don't like to do it more than twice in a week, and I like to put a couple days between the 2 sessions, similar to the conjugate Westside max effort rule, where you want a full 48 hours between your 2 max effort sessions. Similar thing to this. You can do a lighter day in between, or you can just take a day completely off in between, but I don't like doing this on back-to-back days because, again, we are trying to get the athlete in shape and performing optimally without creating injuries. So if you have a contest coming up, you have max events, and you want to make sure that you are in shape, because you're going to have a quick turnaround from rep to rep in terms of once they load it, then you got to be ready to go, especially as you get closer up to the top end of the event and people are starting to fall out. Give this cluster protocol a go. Let me know if you have any questions about it. We'll see you guys on the platform.